Hello, students. We have to study the very skillful topic that is editing. As we know, there are so many publications around us: newspaper publications, books, journals, magazines, and all these goes through a series of editing and writing skills. The writing which generates the good quality creative work. But before reaching to the publication, it goes through series of editing. So editing is the effort made by the writer to make his writing effective and accurate. So the duty of the editor is to ensure the accuracy or the facts that are mentioned in the work, removing spelling and grammatical errors. At the same time, deleting extra word that doesn't have any significant meaning to the story or to the paragraph. So finally, it is a kind of a work that makes our writing perfect. So simple steps that are need to be taken into account. So what is the precaution or what is the work that we need to carry out while editing? Often this makes making your statement in active rather than passive sentence. So we have to use the content words irrespective of the auxiliary verbs. So this example is easy and stronger. See, in other situations, words ending with ion are often called as verbs. So we can transform the verbs like frustrates into frustration, allocate into allocation, but we have to use them most in the sense as verbs. So making verbs is also a kind of a precaution that we can take off. Then we can eliminate the strings of prepositions. If we have so many prepositions that are being used, so we can handle them with clearly, and we can see that the unnecessary use of prepositions can be removed. So like this. At the same time, we have to be precise or concise in the sentences that makes them concise or precise, which often appears in the form of prepositional phrases. Suppose, in example, by a sense, but it nothing adds to its importance. So beware of the pair of words which create a nice rhythm to your prose. Say the same thing. Also, we can use the expletives. After a launch of weak sentences, there are many people who finds success intimidating. So we can go through and rewrite to make the sentence concise. Then we have to be concise means shorten, okay, precise. Then we have to take precaution of the structure. Those are the lengthy words can be curtailed and written in a short form. Structure of the sentence can be lessened, and we can put the original sentence in the appropriate way. So after going through the phrases and clauses, we can remove unwanted, unnecessary things. Use of transitional words and phrases to show the relationship between sentences. Notice, without any transitional words, we cannot be sure that relationship is expressed. So, we need to make the transitional use of words. Means there should be the object in the sentence, as well as phrases should be followed by object. So like this we have to take precaution while editing. Next care that we can take off is look closely at ing. Nouns ending in ing are fine, but constructions like I am running, a forum for building consensus, the new team will be managing. So like this we can be sure the team will manage, will look more beautiful. The new team will be managing, but the new team will manage is more better. So like this we can take the precaution off. Next care that we can take off is the spelling. Whatever the spelling mistakes are there, you can go through them, check them, and you can spell them correctly. You can check them in the dictionary. To check them for you, if you are writing a computer, you should run the spell check. At the same time, punctuation mark needs to be followed. So what are the punctuation marks? When you are revising your writing, you should check to make sure you have written run-on sentences. आपण लिहित असताना पंक्च्युएशन मार्क्स, स्पेलिंग्स या गोष्टींची काळजी घ्यावी. कॉमा असेल, कॅपिटल लेटर्स असतील, क्वेश्चन मार्क्स असतील, कॉमा असेल, सेमीकोलन असेल, ॲपॉस्ट्रॉफी असेल, all these needs to be used in a careful way. So, list of comma. In a list, we can use the comma. Or before dialogue, we can put the mark of C, semicolon. Exclamation that we can use. So, additional information, we can use them. Use of apostrophe is also one of the area. See, St. James Square, Achilles' heel, Archimedes' screw, Moses' tablets. All these are the features of this. Semicolon is another area that we need to think of. Separate two related sentences where there is no conjunction. Where using only comma would be ungrammatical. C is a good writer. C has published several books. So we can use the semicolon in C is a good writer. C, the semicolon organizes syntax thought where there are many commas are used. Of course, then use of hyphen is also, hyphen means a little dash. It is used to join two or more words serving single adjective before a noun. One take, girlfriend, well known. Here we have the hyphen that has been used. Use of hyphen in compound numbers also 63, 42, 23 we use. Then hyphen is used with prefixes or suffixes also to indicate the suffixes. See, X has been self-assured, all inclusive. Like this we can use the hyphen in C. If we use the dash, it stands for to make the word process automatically combine into a single dash. So dash should be used for a specific reason, and it should not be overused in academic writing. Use of dash to take the plus and more formal colon. Students were asked to bring their new supplies. Use a pair of dashes in place of parentheses when you want to place more emphasis on the content. We use dash at the beginning and end of series of separated by commas. We also use dash to mean namely, that is, or in other words. Dash is also used to abrupt break in thought. The professor was unwilling. The professor made a statement. Yankee raid, New York Beijing fight. Like this we use the words. Then use a ellipsis. Ellipsis, we use a punctuation mark consisting of 3 dots is used when omitting a word, phrase or line. As ellipses save the space, they remove material that is less relevant. Many writers use the ellipsis whether the omission occurs at the beginning of a sentence or in the middle of the sentence. A common way to delete the beginning of a sentence is to follow the opening quotation mark with an ellipsis. Ellipsis can express hesitation, changes of mood, suspense, thoughts trailing off. At the same time, the question marks can be used where there is question. In the verbal questions or WH questions, the question mark is placed at the beginning, at the end, but it should say that the beginning should be WH word or verbal question. It should seem a question. At the same time, if exclamation is to be used, we had to see to show the emotion, emphasis or surprise, exclamation needs to be used. Next is capitalization. So before you use or any kind of thing, certain capitalization rules needs to be used. Though the pronoun I occurs in a capital letter wherever it may be. The names of cities, villages, countries, rivers, mountains or rocks, all proper names should be begin with capital letter. Each sentence begins with capital. So in all these capital letter marking should be understood when we have this type of uses. So let us go through these areas in our understanding of the editing process. Next is to find out and to edit a passage or edit a particular say so-called work of art to make it perfect for the given say publication. So we will go through when our college starts and we will practice in the classroom. So like it's we have to study that. By then, see you. Thank you.